Welcome back to our next news report. It is Sabbath. We've had a glorious Sabbath morning. Music, drama, preaching, it's all been there. And I've got with me for our lunchtime guest one of those who was on the platform this morning, Dr. Chidi. I know you very well as a lifestyle doctor, as someone that practices good health. I never knew you were also a singer.
Well, I'm not really, and I thought that would have demonstrated it. But no, I had a great time.
And I'm saying singing for those that haven't yet watched the review, which will be online. You were in a drama, in a play that was all to do with health, yes. But music was an important part of it. And actually, in that context, the music of the whole morning was something to inspire.
Absolutely, and I think there was something for everyone. There was calm music to soothe that troubled soul. There was a bit more of an upbeat during the play as well. So everything you're interested in, you could have been catered for.
So with your Balm of Gilead healing experience, I did have people come up to me in the break complaining about one piece of music in the middle of the play. And I expressed to them, you know, as with yesterday's debate in the youth section, a need for grace. How do you see that when this, if there is something that happens very occasionally on a Sabbath that you disagree with, where does grace come in?
I think grace is central, and actually it's not just a spiritual thing. It's actually a physical thing. If you see something that upsets you, it gets you annoyed, the first thing you should do is really think about forgiveness. Think about grace. It is the best thing for your body. Holding on to that bitterness, getting angry, blowing your top, it only leads to a shorter and worse life.
So you see what happens when we bring a lifestyle consultant in. It doesn't matter what we talk about, even if it's theological. It's also practical health as well. And that's kind of what the alternative Sabbath school this morning was, wasn't it? Just describe that to us.
Yes, I think that play was taking us right from the Garden of Eden, bringing us right up to date, showing us that Jesus Christ has the health message at his heart. We all know that when he was here, he was healing people physically and pointing them to the gospel. And even today, he's calling us with the wonderful health message that we have. The best way to reach the community, the best way to reach those people who have not yet heard about the gospel message is to first heal them. There is there's no organization that has what we have to heal. That was the whole message of that play.
And I suppose the thing, you know, you might have disagreed. There were one or two little theological points in there that us theologians could debate on, but I think there was something powerful in there because, in a sense, it was Mervyn Weir as the director, as the writer. It was his own testimony, and even one of the people that inspired that testimony, he may not have realised it, was sitting in the audience. Right. Pastor Paul Klee and his wife Barbara, yes, were the ones on the 40 best diets. They were the Adventist representatives there, and so Mervyns kind of had this conversion experience from, yes, I'm an Adventist, but you know there is a KFC down the road, to the Adventist lifestyle based on the Bible from Genesis right through to Jesus and beyond. And that's something that you emphasize, because you kind of said, yes, I'm a doctor, but it's not the doctor that's doing the healing.
Exactly, because there are millions, if not thousands, of doctors all over the world who do not really practice healing. What they do is treat, and that means maintaining you in your disease state. But God has given us a much more powerful gift. He's given us the ability to actually heal people. Now, not everybody can be healed by lifestyle change, but there's so many things, diabetes, high blood pressure, so many things that are crippling people's lives that we have the answer to. Let's dig in and let's use it.
And so the final bit on that section of the morning, it was a nice play. I enjoyed it. My camera kept snapping. I kept seeing something else I needed a picture of. They'll all be online. What difference does, because we're all Adventists, we know the health message. Why was it important for Dr. Chidi, for Sharon Platt MacDonald, for Mervyn Weir with his drama team at considerable cost to give that message to the righteous delegates of the 62nd South England Conference session?
It was vitally important to remind us what God has given us. It's the most powerful gift that we have to reach people for the gospel. At this session, when people go back to their churches, they should all be on fire about the fact that, you know what? I've been reminded that God has given me the gift. It's not just for doctors and cooks and nurses. This is for everybody to get involved in. Every church in this conference must now be involved in health missionary work.
Now I need a visual aid for the second part of the program, because Dr. Brighton Cavola, who has been our preacher through the devotional periods over the session, he preached a very different sermon this morning. He preached on the theology of the mat. You need a mat, Dr. Chiddy? Is there a theology? Did you vote yes or vote no?
Well, I certainly didn't abstain. I voted for Jesus. I voted for Jesus who, he broke down traditions, but he healed at the same time. I mean, we should not be the church of the Sanhedrin or the Pharisees. We should be the church that just wants to follow Jesus, who says, take up your mat and walk. There are people out there who say, we shouldn't even be doing evangelism on the Sabbath. It doesn't make sense. That's in our own church today. God has given us this wonderful gift. Let's use it.
And I suppose the mat, for those of you that didn't manage to watch the live stream this morning, I encourage you to watch the sermon when it comes online. The mat wasn't as colourful as this. It was one lying by a pool in Bethesda in the 1st century. And the theology of the sermon was, do you vote for a mat or do you vote for Jesus? Is it a yes vote? Is it a no vote? And very dramatic at the end, I think. The most powerful point, you come to a conclusion, you're expecting an appeal, and Dr. Cavola just turned around, started walking back, and threw the mat away. Do we need to do some of that in our church?
I think we do, and it's not lost on us that Pastor Cavola has been through a physical experience himself. He's had a stroke. He couldn't get up. He is now up. He's able to throw that mat away. That's a great symbol to the rest of us. There are things that are holding us back, be it things that are aggravating us, things that we can't forgive. Maybe it's parts of our lifestyle. We need to throw that mat away and get on and walk.
Dr. Chiddy, thank you very much. It's been a powerful morning. I've enjoyed the music, I've enjoyed the drama, even Dr. Chiddy miming at singing. Powerful sermon. It'll all be on the SEC Media website. You'll be able to watch it again. It's well worth it. And we will continue with our Sabbath, with an afternoon program on evangelism, for I think possibly the first time in the South England sessions, a Saturday night business session. And tomorrow, I'm sure we'll be giving you some great results and some great news, and whatever colour your mat is, I'm sure it's going to be a yes vote.